What's up, everyone? Mythic Talks back again for another episode, episode 3. We have a special guest on board. We have Disrobed Angel, who is the very first content creator coming on board for Mythic Gaming. And we got a few questions for her and her history with gaming. And we're going to let Quick Fuse here kick it off.
Awesome. Thank you so much, C4. Again, it's a very exciting time to have Disrobed Angel here on board. And as a content creator, obviously she's doing great things in the space, and we're looking forward to grow with her and grow our brand as well. First question I have for you, though, is the all-important one. Obviously, is where were you introduced to Halo?
Yeah, so thank you guys, first of all, for the welcome and introduction. As I said, I'm Disrobed Angel. How I kind of came into Halo for the first time was I went over to visit my older sister at the time, and she had an Xbox. And her husband got in Halo 2, and I had never played Xbox before, not even the black box. I don't even think I've really heard of it, if I'm being honest. Um, and she said, okay, let's play a custom game. Like, you're gonna love this. It's gonna be fun. So she took me, like never forget, I remember it vividly. She took me into Warlock and she screen watched me the whole time for about 30 minutes with an energy sword as I spun, looking at the ground and the ceiling, try to figure out how to actually move and look straight the whole time. After that, I eventually was like, "Okay, this is," she laughed and her husband were laughing the whole time, and I just was so frustrated. I'm like, "Okay, enough. I'm done. Thanks for the introduction. Like, turn it off."
Yeah, that's probably a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
sounds like
people's
it's an
experience.
excellent introduction into Halo. Obviously, I know lots C4 myself. We kind of started on the OG Xbox days
Mm-hmm.
with Halo C, obviously when it first came out. But it's always nice to see people coming in, Halo 2 era, that kind of stuff. Obviously, did just say when you started playing. When did you start kind of getting more involved with the game itself, Halo, and gaming in general, where you're like, you know what, I actually really enjoy this. Obviously, you did enjoy that first experience, but what kind of timeline were you on when you kind of started to enjoy it?
Honestly, I would say it was more closer to like the tail end of Halo 2 that I really started to get into it because I really met new people that I love to play with and just hang out with and mostly just laugh at and laugh with the whole time. Um, I would say more towards that end of Halo 2 slash the launch of Halo 3. But when I started to look at things like more seriously, I would say I do the clan world in Halo 5. I was in a clan for a while. Not a huge well-known clan like KSI or anything like that. But that's when I started to realize that you could kind of go further with Halo at that time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's great. Like, I know I took a big hiatus myself
Oh yeah.
after Halo 3. Didn't play 4, didn't play 5, didn't play Reach, didn't play any of those. And then I got back into it when Infinite came around. So it's been a little bit of a hiatus, but it's kind of great to have you on board, obviously, with this endeavor that we're kind of going on. With that being said, what would be
Yeah.
your favorite Halo game?
Oh man, that's really tough.
It's hard.
I really started to fall in love with the BXR. I remember at
Halo
one
2.
point I would like practice that forever and ever with Halo 2. Um, but I would honestly like I think Halo 4 is probably my most grinded, if I'm being honest.
Halo 4.
Halo
Hmm.
4.
I played a little bit of
I
that. I
still
didn't.
haven't played
Yeah.
that. I
That's
still
probably my
haven't played
least
that
played Halo.
multiplayer, and I probably never will because I heard that game was not very good. But I'm glad you enjoyed grinding that one for sure. Um,
Yeah.
with that being said, obviously you're kind of new into the streaming community. You're kind of new into kind of the competitive side of the Halo world. Obviously, yeah, you played online with like a clan and stuff like that, but getting more involved with the community and stuff like that, like when did you kind of start kind of leaning towards you like to start playing ranked? You like to start kind of getting better at the game and start working on your skills and the skill set?
I would say maybe about like a year ago when I started streaming is when I tried to become better at the game, if that makes sense. Like
Hmm.
dive into it a little more seriously rather than like just getting on to play around with friends. Um, when I kind of started hearing comments from people too of like, hey, your shot's kind of on point. Like, if you could tweak this or, like just positive affirmations from, and I was like, okay, maybe I can like dive a little deeper into this. Maybe I'm not just a social based player.
Yeah, we kind of all start playing social though, obviously. It's
Yeah.
always fun to have the AR, the pistol, that kind of stuff, some of the fun weapons, but there's nothing like getting into a super sweaty ranked lobby and really having to grind with your teammates to take the W. With that being said, I know you've started to kind of pay more attention to the competitive HCS scene and that kind of stuff. Do you currently have a favorite team?
Honestly, I don't. I don't. That sounds bad. Like, I don't want to be that person that's like, I just hope everyone has fun. But like, I'm just such a Halo fanatic that I just love anything, like any team, if that makes sense. Like, I'll root for anyone. I won't have someone that I'm like, oh, I hate this team. I just like, I love getting into it and just like watching any and everyone.
Yeah, good. Just good competitive Halo. That's kind of the big thing, obviously.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get more into kind of some of your personal goals within the community, obviously. Like, what would be like your one main goal that you want to accomplish in the Halo community?
Ooh. Honestly, like my one main goal is to try to make it to like events that we've talked about.
Hmm.
But really, especially now with streaming in the past 6 months, I have found the big importance in like networking with other Halo players.
Yeah,
If
that makes total sense, right? Like that's kind of what we're on the onward and upward kind of thing here at Mythic
yeah,
Gaming with all the networking. C4 and I have been around the scene
Hmm.
now for C4 has been around for quite some time.
yeah,
I would say he would probably agree with me that in this kind of last year or so, he's probably stepped up his little bit of networking game. I know
Yeah.
I have personally as well, and we've got some pretty good connections now within the Halo community here at Mythic Gaming, and we're super excited to kind of have you on board with us here. Now, here's a good question for you. How did you come across Mythic Gaming? Where did you hear about them first? How did you find us?
so if I'm being completely honest, like that would be from you, Quick Fuse. So I would say, I don't know, I've met you maybe 4 years ago now in Infinite. Just we kind of grew that relationship over time a little bit, and then started to see you dip your toes into Worlds. I know we kind of talked about going a couple years ago, and that fell through on my end. And then just seeing your excitement when you came back, and then diving into now what you're currently doing with the org and gaming. Um, yeah, it kind of makes the excitement is contagious. Like watching you, I'm like, that's really freaking cool. Like, I'm like, he's just a regular guy. I'm just a regular girl. Like, I don't know.
We're just
Mhm.
all regular people, you know what I mean? We're
No,
just playing
absolutely.
Halo.
And then I have one last question here from my end of things, and I'm sure C4's probably got a couple of more questions that he kind of wants to lay out. Obviously, being the very first content creator here with Mythic Gaming, were you excited to kind of get the invite and the ask to kind of come on board with us here? And then what would one goal be that you would like us to accomplish as an organization?
Oh man. So I was just like streaming, doing my thing, and quick, Kel here jumped in my chat and said, hey, I have a proposition for you. Can you come? Can you come to Discord afterwards? So I paused everything and jumped in. And as you guys presented everything to me, I know I was like pretty quiet and just sitting there, but I think honestly, I was just like shell shocked and like just really humbled and like taken back that you guys thought of me that way. Um, and that you would think of me to be the first to come on. And after my night, honestly, like I slept really restlessly all night. I would just like wake up and think of it and be super excited and have like a big smile on my face and then fall back asleep. And then in the morning, I was just like, okay, to my husband, I'm like, no, like, did this actually happen? And he's like, yeah, you talked to me about this last night. I'm like, holy shit. So I'm just super ecstatic. Um, as for goals, honestly, my biggest goal would be to help you guys as much as I can to help you guys grow and get the Mythic org name out there. Um, I mean, just from these few couple short days, I've already had people reaching out to me like, hey, it's Mythic Gaming. Um, so yeah, we really got to get on maybe getting a bio from you guys too. We'll get that put up. But yeah, so I mean, to grow alongside you will be awesome. But at the end of the day, I'd rather see you guys grow bigger than
Heck
myself.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, and that's kind of the plan, right? Is we're looking
Mhm.
to grow our organization, and we're looking for you to obviously be a big part of that,
Mhm.
and not go anywhere for any length of time. And that's kind of our plan here. When C4
Mhm.
and I were first talking about who should we kind of look at getting into, kind of like a content creator and stuff like that, and we were like, we need to start with somebody who's a little bit smaller, who's kind of not at the point where they're going to be expecting money from us or anything like that. It's like, who can we get well, this will benefit them and get them to grow into with us at the same kind of rate of
Mhm.
speed. Um,
Grow
and like I
together.
said, you exactly growing
Yeah,
together. That's the big thing, right? And again, if we get
yeah,
to the
that's
point where we do get big and all of a sudden it does become a lucrative thing, which again, you look at some of the other organizations out there like Space Station, Optic Gaming, that kind of stuff. They're multi-game, multi everything like that. They're multi-million dollar corporations, right, in the gaming space.
mhm,
That's like big
mhm.
end goals. Who knows? That's going to take a lot of work and grind to get there, but I think just growing incrementally together as everything is just the kind of way to do it.
They all started one foot in front of the other, just like you guys, right? Like everyone starts in the same space, same starting point. So it's just a step now that we take or you take going forward.
There's no you anymore. You're on the team. It's we. Simple as that.
Oh, okay. We.
Simple as that. It's
Okay.
we.
We.
Any other questions that you might have there, C4?
Did you ask her when she got into streaming?
No, I didn't.
That'd be a good one. How did you get into streaming? What made you want to stream?
Yeah. Honestly, I think like I just got into it was last, not this past February, the February before, because I've just come up on my year affiliate
Oh, wow, nice.
that I started streaming just for I probably can't swear, but just for fun, essentially.
Hmm.
And it was, I think, October. One of my really good friends, my girl Vanessa, that I play with on here all the time, she reached out to me because she jumped on my Twitch and she's like, "Hey, um, congratulations! I see you're super close to affiliate." I had no idea what that meant. I didn't really understand program and like how you got on board, so she ran it down for me really quick, and I just grinded it out, and I probably hit it within a month after that. But at the end of the day, all I thought of is I'm a Halo addict. Every single and if people tune in, that's cool. If they don't, that's fine.
Hmm.
I'm just here because I love the game. So if I'm gonna play, I might as well hit
Yeah,
stream at
yeah.
the same time.
That's a good way to look at it. That's how I kind of am when I get on stream. I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna stream. If you want to watch, that's cool. But
Mhm.
I mean, you're very laid back. People obviously come and watch you, so that's awesome. You got when I came on here, you had 10 viewers. I was like, holy crap, and that's nice because it's hard. It's hard for me to even sometimes even get 5 viewers. So you're knocking another park there, doubling me.
Thanks. Yeah.
But yeah, like we're excited, like he said, to have you on board and seeing what the future can hold. Kelly, you got anything else?
I
No.
personally don't have any other more questions or anything. I think it's just kind of time for us to open the floor up to Angel here to see if she has any closing remarks or anything like that. Like I said, like
Yeah.
Steve, I'll just reiterate, we're super, super excited to have you on board. And I know we're going to do great things as Mythic Gaming. And I know C4 was pretty excited when I kind of mentioned who I was thinking about bringing on. And this all started with just a group of friends as kind of,
Pretty
hey, let's
much.
just throw a whatever, let's call it this, and let's make some logos and that kind of stuff. And
Yep.
that's kind of where it started. And now we're kind of looking at bringing this into something a little bit bigger and stuff like that, especially with our Halo Headhunter tournament that's coming up.
Yes.
Obviously, on Saturday, October 26th. It's kind of our first major tournament that we're kind of running as Mythic Gaming with the Halo Lives On community. And we have quite a few big names that are coming in, that are tuning in, that have been kind of paying attention to it, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So other than that, I don't have any other questions. If it's just kind of an open floor for you, Angel, if you have any closing remarks before we kind of move on to streaming and playing the game that we love, Halo.
Yeah. Yeah, super excited about the upcoming tournament on Saturday. A little terrified. Been practicing all day, ready to get my butt kicked, but ready just to get out there and, do some things. But again, I just still sitting here going, like, I can't believe it. I'm almost at a loss for words. I can't thank you guys enough again for this opportunity, and I'm so excited to work with you guys going
Same here.
forward and growing Mythic Gaming into something big.
Yeah. And we got a lot of stuff planned for the future, so stay tuned. Make sure you go over to Twitter, follow Miss Disrobed Angel here on Twitter. She goes by Disrobed Angel on there, I believe. Is that your full handle on Twitter? Same thing, right, as your Twitch?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
and at Twitch as
Yeah.
well. Disrobed Angel, exactly how it's spelled, just one word. And then also go check out Mythic Gaming 117 on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. And stay up to date on what we're doing. We got tournaments in the works, and yeah, our first one kicks off tomorrow, October 26th. So appreciate you, Disrobe, being here, and appreciate Kelly, being able to bring you on board, and us as well bringing you on board. So looking forward to the future, guys. I think that's going to close it out. So take it easy. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe below to the YouTube, and we'll see you in the next podcast.
Check out the links below.
Yeah, check out the links below. Peace, guys.
Bye.